Hi friends, it's Eugene, and welcome to the grand finale, day 25 of the 25 push-ups for 25 days challenge to bring awareness to mental health. Today we're going to shift away from the realm of science and into philosophy. I feel like science without philosophy is meaningless and even dangerous. Conversely, philosophy without science results in a lack of stability and order. So, in order for you to master your matrix, you need to have an appreciation for both ways of looking at reality. Today, I'm going to talk about a concept, a Japanese concept called Ikigai, which translates into the reason for being. But first, let's take a trip down memory lane. I feel like so much has happened over the course of the last 25 days. I feel like I've gone through a pretty modest transformation physically. I've cut down a lot of weight. Actually, when I stepped on a scale today, I had this idea in my head that I wanted to hit a certain number on the weight scale on day 25, and I hit it. When I started this challenge on the 4th of July, I weighed 165.5 pounds. And today I stepped on the scale and saw that I weighed 155.8 pounds. Getting into the 155 range was a goal I had in my head the whole time. Besides a modest physical transformation, I believe I underwent a significant psychological one. When I look at the first few videos, and I had this beer belly, I noticed that when I spoke in front of the camera, I was lacking self-confidence. I'm attempting to do 25 push-ups for 25 days right now. There's a bit of a dark side to my experience before this. As the weeks went by, I became more animated when I spoke. And I even noticed it around the house with friends and family that they would be entertained around me as I got into my different personas. I was inspired by two of my favorite electrifying figures in entertainment. The first one is clearly Batman. They taught me the world only makes sense if you force it to. And then the second, can you guess who the second persona is? It's The Rock. You bet your candy ass I was inspired by The Rock. You better believe it. Alright, let's get into the philosophy of Ikigai. Actually, you know what? I feel like I need to get pumped up first and do some push-ups. Right, here we have the push-up obstacle course. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually do all of them, but I feel like I'm going to start with the hardest push-up I know. If you guys do CrossFit, you know what this one is. Thanks. 9, 8. Man, I haven't done that one in years. I'm gonna try other ones though. That was really taxing. Oh. 10 of those. 10 of something else, I guess, here. Hold on. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others down and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go.
tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life. Doubt is overnight, now to then you shine bright. Cause inside your head, on goes the light. With intuition upon the stars in the night that glisten. You they listen to me, you instead of the wishing. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. When your time comes, don't postpone it. When others doubt and out, you don't condone it. Truth be told, yourself is your toughest opponent. When your moment comes, grab hold and own it. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life. Never let go, stand tall and hold tight. Overcoming obstacles is the objective in life. Down to feel a night, now to think.
I feel like I'm done with push-ups for today. Not bad from when I first started with the beer belly. Oh man, 25, I'm freaking tired. Here's me breathing in my natural state. And then if I tense my body up, try to be an influencer. How do you, I don't know how to pose though, dude. I think I had side lighting or something like that, right? Not bad for an old dude with gray hairs on his face. If I can do it with a sprained foot and a beer belly, so can you, man. Alright, that felt actually good. The sun's coming down and I managed to wrangle some lights for some dramatic side lighting. Okay, let's see, how do you do this? Oh, I need to hold a barbell, hold on. Okay, with props, you can psychologically influence the perception of the viewer. Just like Batman does with his toys. You mean gadgets? You better believe it. Okay, now it's time to talk about Ikigai. Your reason for being. There are 4 elements to Ikigai. First, let's start out with these 2 elements. What you're good at and what you're paid for. When those two elements intersect, you have your profession. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Let's complicate things now by adding another element. Let's introduce another element. What you love. If you have the fortune of being able to do something that you love and you're good at, it becomes your passion. This added variable complicates things because if you're doing something that you're good at and you're paid for it, then you're satisfied. But if it's not something you love, then you feel empty inside, right? Now let's say you're doing something you love and you're good at it. Now you have this sense of fulfillment. But if you're not getting paid for it, then it almost feels useless, right? Maybe you're good at rock collecting, right? You understand all the minerals and you know where to find everything, but then no one wants to pay you to do that, so what's the point? So I've been blessed in the last several years of having a job that I was good at. I got paid to do it, and it was something I loved. I was a creative professional in Hollywood. I worked as a video editor on a talk show for the Walking Dead program. Talk show is the second highest rated show in cable television. It was massively satisfying doing it, going to work every day, being excited, and I can't describe how awesome that feeling was. And then the pandemic hit. It was all taken away just like that. When you're unemployed for months, you go into a dark part of your mind. In one of my earlier episodes, I talked about how there's research that shows that when you're unemployed, I believe there's a 70% increased risk of mortality. I didn't quite get to that crazy mindset because I had some other purpose that was driving me, but although it was dark, there's something that was even more painful, which I'll explain when I introduce the next element. Here comes the final element. The final element is what the world needs. So if you have the fortune of doing what you love and it's what the world needs, this is your mission in life, which is a delightful place to be in. So if you're doing what you love and it's what the world needs, but if you're not getting paid for it, then it's just not sustainable. And if you're getting paid to do something and it's what the world needs, this becomes your vocation. There's plenty of excitement with these two elements, but there's also a bit of complacency, because what if it's what the world needs and you're getting paid for it, but it's not what you love, or you're not good at it? You're just not going to evolve, or there's going to be this sense of uncertainty. I feel like a lot of people around me have at least 2 out of the 4 elements. I see people who are great at something and they get paid to do it, but they don't love it. And they have this sense of emptiness, like they don't like going to work every day. And I think with this pandemic, it's made a lot of people question what they're doing with their jobs, right? And at some point, there are a few people in life who have worked really hard and they have 3 out of the 4 elements. They're good at it, they get paid to do it, and they love it. Whew. But what happens when you have all 4 elements? When one lives a life where they have all 4 elements, they possess Ikigai, reason for being. They're doing something that they're good at, and they're getting paid for it, and it's what they love. Also, it's what the world needs. Friends, in the last 5 years, I was on a quest to fulfill my Ikigai. I had spent many years on research and experimentation trying to develop my version of Doctor Strange's Cagliostro, Severus Snape's Advanced Potion Making, Adventure Time's Enchiridion. I had developed a book that altered my reality. It was my secret weapon, called the FLOFIX Planner. And then the pandemic hit. I thought it was something that the world needed. And I began to question everything I did in the last 5 years. My sense of reason for being was zapped. It was taken. After I posted this idea on social media, it manifested into reality, and I attended transformational festivals and even traveled the world. That's Mexico right there. My experiences inspired me to design my own transformational system. The genesis is right here. On February 2015, 5 years ago, I posted this prototype, which I called the Ninja Journal. After that, I traveled to more parts of the world and did more experiments that opened up the doors of perception. As I did more research and experienced cultures from all over the world, eventually it led me to this point right here. On January 2017, my transformational system evolved into the Matrix Planner. I called it that because of the scientific research used to develop it. And then my scientific transformational system evolved further as I had a new partner in crime to travel the world with and have new experiences. And as I did more experiments, my transformational system evolved into a goal achievement game. On July 2018, I revealed this image, which showed stacks of self-development books I read over the years, along with 200 plus pages of handwritten notes and how the system has evolved over the years. I also hired a graphic designer and character illustrator to help me polish my vision for my goal achievement game. And here's the final product, a beautiful book that allowed me to alter my reality. It has come a long way since 2015. And then came the final stretch, where I spent over a year trying to make a video tutorial trying to explain how the FLOFIX Planner works. I didn't expect it to be so difficult to take 5 years worth of knowledge and condense it into a short video that was simple and easy to understand. I posted this on March 2020. I had already completed a 30 plus page ebook explaining how the FLOFIX Planner worked. Product was manufactured. I had completed the video tutorial, and I donated $6,000 worth of free product to a planner convention. And then the virus spread. Eventually that convention was shut down, and I never heard back from the organizer, so I don't know what happened to all that product I shipped. And then the whole world was on lockdown. I became unemployed. Under quarantine, I started to drink heavily. And then social unrest gripped the whole country. The world had transformed dramatically overnight. And it made me question, is this what the world needed? 5 years worth of work, man. I don't know if anyone cares about it. I mean, it changed my life dramatically, but that was before the pandemic hit. Now we're in a different reality. We're going through what's called a tipping point. I was drinking heavily, man. Got this beer belly. And then I got tagged on a post by Rio Sakai, my childhood friend, that said he nominated me for the 25 push-ups challenge for 25 days to bring awareness to mental health. I was losing my mind at that point. I spent 5 freaking years, man. And the system, man, I don't know, like, it just, my reason for being Ikigai was no longer there. Most people believe that if you want to achieve your goals, you need to have intense psychological desire and laser-like focus, but that's not true. It doesn't start in your head. It starts with your physiology. None of this Ikigai stuff even matters if the foundations aren't established. Your body's chemical and physical state affects your feelings. Your feelings affect how you think. What you think affects your actions. Now that my physiology is back to its optimal state, yeah, I'm Batman. Rock, I'll beat your candy ass. You better. Oh, my light turned off. No more side lighting. I've regained my self-confidence and confidence in the goal achievement game that I invented. Friends, family, and soulmates. Life is a challenging but wonderful game. My name is Eugene Baldovino, and I hope to continue to serve you. It's your own free will if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Master Your Matrix, where I'll transition into a weekly series. Please know that you are not alone, and I love you. Batman loves you. You better believe it.